The Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge presents an international homeschool program that offers African heritage, biology, astronomy, language arts, yoga, and much more. Our classes are created with the young ones in mind, and we cater to youths from kindergarten to high school. Children love our colorful and very animated lessons, while parents recommend it to friends and family. Contact us for a free preview and see for yourself why investing in the International Homeschool Program will be of great benefit to you and your young ones. Bless you. Oh, blessed love family, and this is why we encourage you to enroll the young ones in the International Homeschool Program, whether it be the Afrocentricity, astronomy, whether it be the language arts, biology, whatever the case is. We are encouraging you to contact us via email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, and enroll the young ones today. And remember, you can get a free preview of any one of the courses that you desire, so you can see what you and your young ones will be getting. Very good. And you see, this is where the whole balance of the homeschool program comes in, because the International Homeschool Program is about the mind of the youths. Now, many of you would have seen this video here, I am sure, as it relates to the Sesame Street parade that was taking place a few days ago. And one of these young children here, these young princesses here, she was celebrating her birthday, and herself and her little friend, they were so happy to see all this Sesame Street friends, and Grover and Elmo and Big Bird and all of the fuzzy stuff, fuzzy monsters. And this little monster was coming down the road, high-fiving everybody and hugging and taking pictures with everybody. But when the monster came across the two little black girls, one of them had their arms open, ready to welcome it. And it just said, no, we don't deal with these ones here. Now, I didn't hear anything coming out of the monster's mouth, but everyone can see the gesture that was made. Now check this, watch it, look at that, high-fiving everybody. Who these? No, we don't touch these, and move away. Look at the faces of the children. Look, high five, see? They deal with children too, but not these ones. Nope, we don't touch these. Why? Why not? And you can see even, look at that. And even the backpack, the children have on backpacks, of the same monster. And the monster refused to touch them. The monster refused to high-five them. In fact, one of the little girls obviously wants to hug the monster, but the monster means that she or it or whatever it is ain't paying no mind to these little children. And remember, it's one of their birthdays, eh? So you could imagine how they feel. This is their hero. This is their superstar. And you see, family, let me tell you. Now, obviously, I can feel it for the young ones. But then on the flip side of it now, this is why, as I said earlier, we have to instill in the mind of our youths their true Afrocentricity. So even if the child was there, the child shouldn't have no form of vibes or feeling to want to go and hug up Elmo. Of course not. Listen, most of you who know me, you know me from that lecture that we did years ago, Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes. And since then, we have done several documentaries, series, radio programs on the subject, because the subject is very broad. You're talking about fairy tales, you're talking about folly days, you're talking about nursery crimes, you're talking about cartoons, you're talking about Bugs Funny, you're talking about Mickey Mouse, you're talking about these same Sesame Street characters. We've taken some of them and broken them down and showed you who they were in history. Some of them were killers, some of them were maniacs, some of them were generals in some of the most atrocious genocide or acts of attempted genocide that has ever taken place historically on this planet, and they have been now morphed into cartoons and morphed into puppets and all sort of foolishness. And we believe that SpongeBob is our friend, and Barney, I love you, you love me, killers. We believe that they are our friends, and we teach our children these things. But now, if we really teach the mind of the young ones exactly who these killers are, puppets and cartoons, their origin, and I'm not just speaking off of my head, I have it on a record. If you visit our website now, priestisaacinstitute.com, and you go in the area called shop, you see all of the lectures that we would have done, the webinars that we would have done. Remember that we just did the Santa Claus Massacre. If you don't have a copy of that, you need to get a copy of that. Remember, we just did the Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes, the Execution. If you don't have a copy of that, you need a copy of that as well. Clearly, the Firing Squad, all of these different editions. I mean, it may sound harsh to some, but doesn't this look harsh to you? You understand? Now, as I said, if the child understood who these puppets represented, if the child understood who these monsters represented, what Sesame Street really stands for, and Ernie and Bert and all of the stuff that they're trying to push on us today, they would not even want to hug this stuff here. They would not even want to be there. Come on, family. Those of you who are conscious, talk the truth. Those of you who are really conscious, any children that we bring up wouldn't want to hug these people here or this. You know that, not unless we are conscious and we kind of still half stepping. You got to teach your children that this is witchcraft. Don't tiptoe around it. That's our problem. We tiptoe around it. Some of us, we so conscious, but we still buy the Barbie doll for our child. We tiptoeing around it. So now when your child sees Barbie, obviously your child is going to want to hug Barbie. Your child is going to want to hug SpongeBob. Your child is going to want to hug whoever else they have out there, Otis the cow or the bull or whatever it is. They're going to run to embrace them because they believe that's their friend. When you should be their friend, we turn them over to the computer and to the television, and they create a lot of new friends because the same friends are on their backpack, as you see. The friends have been on their baby bottle, on their diaper, on their pillowcase. So they grew up with Big Bird. They grew up with the Cookie Monster. They grew up with Grover and Elmo and all of these things. So when they finally see them on the parade, obviously, and they're street side, they're going to want to hug. And then the thing passes them and just brushes them away. And when I say the thing, I don't mean the suit. There's a person inside of that. That person, he, she, whatever, is another thing. Not just the idea of the character, but the human being that is portraying this. Look at it, clearly showing you. Look at it. No, we don't touch these. No. Let me move on. And look at the little children feeling so. And I know a lot of you, sympathize and empathize with the young ones. And of course, again, I do sympathize with them. I could understand how they feel. But after I blow that off, let's look at this on another level now. We got to be proactive, not reactive. Number one, we shouldn't even be there. Straight up. Straight up. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, don't tell me I'm insensitive to the subject. I already showed you. I understand. And I could feel it for them. We done that. Case closed. Let's move on to a next subject now. They shouldn't even be there. Admiring this furry stuff here. That alone shows you that the mind is not clear, not their fault. Look at these little children. They just came into the world. It is us who mold them to want to hug this stuff up. Would they want to hug up Marcus Garvey if they saw him? Would they want to hug up Malcolm X if they saw him? I'm just asking you, were they trained to do that? And this is why, as I said, we promote the International Homeschool Program. You see, a lot of us not only just talk, a lot of us talk about people talking, not understanding that this is more than talk. This is works. So we can talk and huff and puff about this, but what's the alternative? What's the solution? Obviously, it's education. This is why I do my best in every nook and cranny, in every crevice, to get the education to the people, old and young. But of course, the youth is priority. Our International Homeschool Program, Afrocentric studies, the children that pass through our homeschool program, their parents, and you've heard them yourself, their parents clearly let you know that they have seen an improvement in their children's love for Africa, even if their family has already been Afrocentric. But our International Homeschool Program boosts that. Don't talk about astronomy. Parents would tell me, man, I never knew that he was so smart, because you never gave him the knowledge to feed on. Reality, language arts, family, biology, our children telling you how the eye functions, how the ears function, how the heart functions, photosynthesis, the atoms, little babies, 3, 4, 5 years old, just as young as these children here, or even younger, telling you about Kwame Nkrumah and Jerry Rawlings and Thomas Sankara. How many of you know about Thomas Sankara? Children this age can explain that to you, when they're born, when they die, how they were assassinated and what they did. So when you fill them with the right knowledge and the right information, they would not even want to see Big Bird and Grover and the Smurfs. A right-minded African youth will never run to try to hug up Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf wouldn't even get a chance to diss them like how this little creep dissing them. Look at that. Dissing the farmer, dissing the future leaders of our people, queens and empresses, being dissed by some weirdo in a costume. Can you imagine that? And family, that's just the reality of it. So this is why even we now got to step up the game when it comes to that. And this is why we do our part. We ain't running with no flag trying to save the world, but we as a people, instead of huffing and puffing, because I've read some remarks as it relates to that. And a lot of us, we huff and puff. And this should be a crime. And where's justice? Justice, people want justice for that. The justice starts with us. You see, this is what happens when you're lukewarm. That's why Christ talked about being lukewarm. A lot of us lukewarm and semi-conscious. When you're semi-conscious, this is what will happen. Then we start to huff and puff about this, and we vex with Sesame Street. We want apologies from Sesame Street for this. We should apologize to the children. We supposed to apologize to the children, not Sesame Street apologize to us. We should apologize to the children for not teaching them who their enemies are and not teaching them who their real heroes are. That's what we need to apologize about. So if you go to our website, family, and you go into the area called shop, and of course, the website clearly, PriestIsaacInstitute.com, PriestIsaacInstitute.com, and you visit our website and you go into the area called shop. Look at here, and you press the button shop and you scroll down, you will see all the different lectures that we would have done, of course, different webinars, and of course, the different online lectures, specifically Semenkare, Ramesses II, the Divine Black, and you keep scrolling through. You will come to the Santa Claus Massacre. That's another one you should check out. And you will also come to Fairy Tale, Folly Days, and Nursery Crime, The Execution. And again, within these series of lectures, you get a good understanding of why you shouldn't even play around these cartoons, why you should not even play around these nursery crimes, why you shouldn't even partake in these folly days. If you're serious about spirituality, if you're serious about consciousness, if you're serious about connecting, you know, with yourself, you understand. Many of us, we're burning this and burning that and say we all kind of things, and we're not even in tune with ourselves properly to understand what's happening around us. Reality, family. So yes, I can feel it. I do feel it, especially for the young ones. But I'm not going to huff and puff like I see so much people huffing and puffing on the social media and vex with Sesame Street. Why you vex with Sesame Street for? So if the devil come and rob you, you vex with him. You should have your place well divinely secured. We're supposed to vex with ourselves for having our young ones so lost that they see Satan coming and want to hug him. And then we want an apology from Satan for that. Yes, family. So yeah, man, make sure you get your young ones enrolled in the International Homeschool Program, family. Afrocentricity. And remember, this alone should show you what it's all about. Some of us as Rasta people, mothers and fathers, and we conscious, we have children. Don't be lying to me now. Some of us listening to this, that bonfire, we have children that would have done the same thing. If they saw a big bird, they would have tried to hug Big Bird. Don't be lying to me. How is it that we have children that want to do that? Your child's supposed to say, oh, daddy, look, Barney coming. Let's go, let's leave. Run. Not run because you're afraid, but run because they don't want that energy around you. We're supposed to teach them that. And you can't teach them that. You can't teach them that SpongeBob is the enemy unless you know the origin of SpongeBob. And then that's another thing. Some of us know the origin because you've heard our lectures, but somehow I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's he says so. Yeah, we have that sick mentality. It's he says so. We never hear it nowhere else. He talking about Batman is Bruce Wayne and Great Scots and all of that. But I never heard Dr. Ben say so. So he making it up. We ain't going to bother with him. People say that. Literally say that too. We're sick. Anyway. Give thanks. Family, hey, let me just remind you of this before I go. Of course, you know, every Sunday we are in the Tiger's Temple, and this Sunday will be no exception. We're going to have a wonderful program as it relates to the anniversary of the Earth Day of the King. We're talking about the 130th Earth Day of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Listen to the title of this lecture this Sunday. This is The Comet and the King, The Comet and the King. And as you can see, Kepra is on the poster. We're going to have a special mention of Kepra as well. This is going to be a beautiful presentation. You don't know how it is. If I tell you so, so we go. You know, we're going to be unraveling the mysteries as well. I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that. You know, yeah, you could put, you can bet the farm on that. We will be unraveling the mysteries in no time too. You know, there's a comet passing through the heavens. You know that, right? You don't know that? C 2017 K2? Okay. And it's passing through the heavens now. Where is it in the heavens? I will show you when you come Sunday. Those of you who listen to the Tiger's Nest, you know what I'm talking about. But still, we're going to, you know, open the heavens more on Sunday in the Tiger's Temple. We ain't going to be having no argument in the temple. No, what I would consider kindergarten talk, you know? Yeah, we're going to have the opening of the heavens now. You understand? Real opening and unraveling the mysteries. And we'll see who the real tiger in the temple is. I'm very, very serious because some of us have this as a joke. I'm very serious. Some of us have this as a joke, as if this is a plaything and don't understand the reality of this thing when it comes to the understanding of the mind and where we are as a people. So I'm looking forward to your presence with us in the temple. And remember, this temple, there's no contribution for this temple on Sunday. No contribution needed. But of course, if you have a good heart and a good soul, you would still make a contribution to come into the temple. So it is 8 p.m. sharp, the 24th Sunday, celebrating the Earth Day of our God and King Emperor Haile Selassie I. Remember, for sure, to get your link, you have to email us, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. Let us know I would like the link to come into the temple on Sunday, and we will just give you the link to come into the temple on Sunday. No charge whatsoever. There's never a charge to come into the temple. The temple, there's no charge. We ask for a $10 contribution. That's what it is, nothing more than that. That's it. So this Sunday, the contribution is not needed. But of course, if you have a good heart and a good understanding, I'm sure you'll still make your contribution. I mean, it's only $10 towards the effort. What do you think? Well, it's up to you, but you don't have to do it to come into the temple. Just contact us and let us know you would like the link for the temple on Sunday, and you will get it. Life give and the keeper of life. Give thanks, family. Enroll the young ones in the International Homeschool Program, or at least contact us for a free preview. Give thanks. Make sure you join us in the Tiger's Nest tonight, 7 p.m. on Radio Anu. Yeah, international flavor, the universal spice. All the links are in the description below this video. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks, man. Stay away from Sesame Street.